Or maybe somebody posted something and then at every point in time you're like, somebody gets me this, who is getting me this, who is doing this for me, when are you going to do it for yourself?
Sup, people?
Hello, guys.
What's happening? Welcome to
The
another
Shrine
episode
of
the
Shrine Podcast.
It's a cloudy Sunday afternoon in Lagos as we're recording this. My name is Akindare, baddest guy. Hey, Oshomawan of Lagos. Don't play with me. And with me on the show today.
Who be this?
Is don't hit. Don't hit, okay?
So yeah, my name is Jemima. Welcome to another episode.
Welcome. Today,
Yes.
Actually, before we get into today, how's your week been, Jemima?
My week, God. Last week,
That's how you know you're about me. What's your
I don't even know where to start from because the work, it took. But yeah, it was a good week because something really interesting also happened at work. So it was a good week, all in all. Oh, it was also salary week, so
shit.
my account vibrated. Although now I'm suffering from post-salary depression because
I can relate. I can relate. More like 1 minute you're like salary week, thank you Jesus,
Bruh.
and then the next minute you're like, hi God, all this money, don't go again.
you're already thinking about the next salary. But yeah,
You know?
it is well. How was your own week?
When just like you said for you, man, I don't understand what's going on in the world these days. Like work has been fucking insane. Like it's just back. And the funny thing is that we don't have any major thing that we are working on at the moment. But like for some reason, it's just
There's
super
just something to
busy
do.
and like there's just a lot of things to do. And so yeah, I could not wait for the weekend, to be honest.
But your account vibrated now.
Yes, now salary week. What are you saying? Plus, also on Friday, my boss took us to a restaurant in VI. We had a very nice lunch. You know, it was.
Are you hiring?
No, we are not. Sorry, we are closed.
That was so quick. You're not even
We are
HR.
closed on vacancy. Okay.
Nice.
I don't want you to come to my team now. Come and start spoiling my shine.
wow, Jesus.
I mean, star boy anyway. So don't.
Oh,
come
you don't
and-
want me to come and like outshine you? Is what you're saying?
You can't. What are you saying? You can't outshine me. Just stop it.
Screw you.
Stop
Okay,
that.
I
Anyway.
see.
What do we have on the menu today?
Today is very interesting what we want to talk about, right? Because
Is there any time that
That is
what
we
you're
always
talking
talk-
about is not
we always
interesting?
talk about interesting things now, like we always talk about interesting things. But today we are going to be talking about something that has been, kind of like rampant, like on the internet, online, basically mostly Twitter and Instagram. But yeah, so basically we're going to be talk about it. What are we talking about?
Why the hell did I throw to you? If you are after all that preamble, it's very rampant.
Oh my
It's
God,
Kenekon.
screaming.
Only for you to now say I should talk about
sorry.
it.
Small play
Look
now.
at this woman.
Okay, so to beg or not to beg on the internet, that's what we're going to be talking about.
Okay, wonderful. To beg or not to beg on the internet. Okay, let me do some context setting first for everyone listening. Right?
Okay.
If you are listening from outside, if you are listening from within Nigeria, obviously you know that we are all poor. So
I'm not poor with you.
Okay, you're deceiving yourself. We are all poor, but I'm at breakfast.
Oh
that day.
God.
And if you are listening from outside Nigeria, you may or may not know that Nigeria is the poverty capital of the world. So begging is quite rampant in this place. Okay, on the streets, when you go to the supermarkets, when you're on the bus at the bus stop. There's no telling where somebody will beg you for something, honestly.
Somebody will beg, sha.
Because the country is hard, the economy is constantly floundering up and down, inflation, the naira is, always going to shit. It's all kinds of things, sha. So people are poor. And so, we are also at like 33% unemployment rate. So there are also no jobs,
Jesus.
And just there's many
So
problems
many
in the country.
negative stats.
So therefore,
Jesus.
a lot of people, can't make ends meet. So
Go easy.
a lot of people have to seek charity, right? So that is a culture. That's something that exists in Nigerian society as a norm. So just let's get that out of the way first. Now, let's bring it to the internet. All right. What is the first?
Oh God.
Crowdfunding on the internet. Hey, now let's see. This is the way Jemima dressed it up. She wrote crowdfunding on the internet. Me, I chose to think of it as begging on the internet.
Oh, Bambiala.
Now, in what situations does that exist currently? I know that the most common types of like crowdfunding attempts I see on the internet are usually health related. Like somebody is sick, somebody had an accident. True. It's always more often than not. Usually there's always, even to the point that like foundations, some of these like local foundations pay like media houses to advertise some of these cases, right? So that's the most common one I see. But I also know that nowadays one that is trending currently right now is birthday list.
Wait.
This is my birthday wish list. People be putting things that they cannot fucking. Anyway, let me not get ahead of myself.
Jesus
let me
Christ.
not get ahead of myself.
You just finished talking about poverty capital and people needing help.
Yes, now boy, you come out for policy now.
Okay. I think that what does it even mean to crowdfund? First of all, you need something and you're like, you want to get it, and you
come on the internet
and then you say,
drop your account
help
number.
me do this. Personally, I'll share a personal experience. I've not had any reason to go on the internet to ask for money, thankfully. But I have been in situations where people have asked me for money, and some of those situations even turned out to be scam. You understand what I'm saying? So because of that, personally, I don't like, if it's not something that I know that is genuine, or if I don't feel if I'm not convinced, so to speak, within me, I wouldn't put my money into it or something, whatever. Let me tell you a story about one of the scam that happened to me. Well, obviously, I did before I could, send money to him. I found out that it was a scam. Somebody sent me a message on Twitter, and he's like, he has a job interview, and he's staying in Port Harcourt, but the job interview is in Lagos, and he needs to, get transport fare. His mom is sick. Blah 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 blah. I saw the message late, right? And then, but as I time I saw the message, another friend of mine had DM'd me and asked me that do I know this person? And I was like, no, we just, follow each other. And then she now told me, he asked me for this. And then I was like, okay, it's fine. You can ask me, you can ask another person. So I responded to him and I started asking questions, and he was just going dilly-dallying. Long story short, I found out that it wasn't like only me or that friend of mine. They were like almost, in fact, we even created a group on Twitter safe. Because like, how many people have been scammed by this person just based on the fact that they are crowdfunding for some job interview or something. So personally, for me, I thank God that I've not been in that situation to ask, but for giving to people, I just see it and I just look away. And like you said, the one that is really really rampant now is birthday wish list. I cannot. Maybe because I don't really care much for birthdays. So, I might be biased with this opinion, but I cannot for the life of me understand why you are posting something on the internet for strangers to get you for your birthday.
Wait. First, before we get into that, right? Me, I've participated in some crowdfunding type stuff. Like, for example, right, one of my favorite publications, also because I'm sort of an alumni there, right? Zikoko, they put out posts and stuff like asking people to contribute to their content creation and journalism and stuff like that. And apart from the fact that like Zikoko is just an awesome brand and platform that does incredible content, I also like have some knowledge of what happens behind the scenes of that product or that company. So I don't mind contributing, and also because like I've worked in media before. I kind of still work in media actually, but and I know like what the landscape. I know like it's hard. Like it's not even forget Zikoko self. The Guardian International, New York Times, everybody. If you go on somewhere on their website, you see them begging to please subscribe or contribute or So I've contributed to those kinds of things. I've also seen some random, like just absolutely random things. Maybe like somebody that is doing something very interesting or cool somewhere and they just need like a little help or boost and like I can verify. Sometimes it's just very random. I don't even like try to verify or anything. Sometimes I just, if I can contribute, I just whether it's 1K, 2K, 5K, I just saying.
Yeah.
But generally with charity, especially in Nigeria, like I because when we're talking about this topic, about like discussing it on the podcast, I was thinking about how I think about charity in general. And I realized that like I'm the kind of person that if I'm in a taxi or I'm in my car or in a bus or whatever, and someone comes to the window, like those children on the island, always come and knock on your window, or maybe someone that like maybe they are differently able, that maybe like they don't have legs or they are they have some form of physical impediments, right? Or maybe it's a medical condition. In traffic sometimes you see those people that like they have some serious medical condition.
With megaphone, and then somebody is going door to door, car to car.
My general rule, because obviously there's no way you'll be able to determine who. I mean, there are ways, but like sometimes you won't be able to know who is legit and who is scamming you, right? So what I just do is, if I see that like, if to me you look like you are able-bodied, you are like everything is fine in your body, I'm sorry, like I know in my
why am I giving you my money?
Do you get, like I just know. But if I can see like some sort of physical, something is wrong, just in general, like I'm not even talking like online now, just in general, right? Then okay, I'll see that obviously this person already has an obvious disadvantage, right? So there's no harm in helping, right? So when I take that online, right, if I see someone, maybe someone posts something that they need some kind of help, maybe somebody's sick or whatever, or somebody DMs me, I'll go and look at their page, I'll look at their media, I'll try to gain as much information as I can about it. And then if I see that like it seems like why not,
legit,
right, then I can respond. But if I see that like something is just off, like maybe for example, maybe 2 weeks ago you were flexing or you were doing some kind of lounging stuff or whatever,
and the next
thing you're saying like, oh, like you're painting this very drastic picture to elicit some sort of empathy and stuff, and it just does not feel genuine. And the thing is that all those scam stories, right, they are usually plausible. Like the first thing that they'll tell you is usually plausible. Even the ones on the road, the ones that will tell you that they are going for interview.
Or they
came from Ikorodu and to the island, and their transport fare is not complete. Something. It's always plausible at first, right? But once you investigate just a little bit further, or ask one or two more questions, then you start to see holes. So I just always feel so bad that like these people that they have options, right? They are using their intelligence for nefarious activities. Meanwhile, there are people out there that actually need the share.
So I think that's
it creates that distrust.
That exactly, right? Like exactly.
It creates that distrust. But Sharia wants only birthday listing.
It's like wait first.
I'm not going to lie. When I don't think it's bad actually. I don't necessarily see it as a bad thing.
That's where I was going to. I wanted to ask you that, like, I wanted us to talk again, like about when do you think that crowdfunding is acceptable? Okay for you to actually go and ask for money? In what cases and what instances is it okay for you to ask for money and then even keep begging for it? Begging in quotes. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I know begging is begging. I don't really like to quote there.
So I think like
begging.
when you like school, for instance, there are some people who maybe they got a scholarship and they need some money. They've like gone everywhere, and they come online to come and ask. You mentioned health the other time. Health too is also key. But then, what other instances is it acceptable for you to actually? And then you mentioned the publications, Ikoko,
I think as a general rule of thumb, right? If you have no business begging for something that is like way out of your reach or your affordability bracket, like for example now, right, like maybe you earn 70k a month, or let's say you earn 100k a month, right? You have no business going online to go and be begging for iPhone 12. Do you get? Like, you need to for lack of a better way to put it, you need to beg according to your
according to
your
your
level.
Ogorogo.
Do you get like what I think? There's nothing wrong with asking for help or crowdfunding, right?
True.
For example, if you don't ask, you don't get. Do you
Exactly. Like close the mouth, don't get fed.
get? Exactly. Now, like if like there's always on social media or Twitter, we always see this anon this, anon that. Some of them are lies, we know, but you know, some of them are legit, and like you never can tell. Like anyone, you might have a secret admirer, whatever. Anybody might just, you know, want to bless you with that thing that you so desire, but you can't afford. Right? That one day, sure you get. But once that thing where you know if you afford now, maybe not like 16s, you can't beg for those 16s. Then it's not like okay, like so.
What exactly can you do? What
Do
what
you
do you
get?
need? But then to tell the story about the person who crowdfunded for phone on Twitter, right? I think the story behind that was that she needed it for some photography, but she was asking for some kind of phone. What would you say that's acceptable? Like the fact that she was specific about the kind of phone that she wanted to enable her to do this or carry out that
Like-
action.
If I remember correctly, it's very likely that I have done that before. It's very likely because I remember in 2017, I had this. I was recently unemployed, and I had this Android phones that were like what you call lower end, right? You know, you have like 1 or 2 gig RAM. You know, screen is not that great, the camera is not that great. You know, but like I was trying to, I decided this publication on Mr. Campari. Then I was trying to like get it off the ground, and I needed like if I go to an event or whatever, like even product pictures and stuff, like I needed a good phone that had a good camera and like I could even potentially edit on the phone itself because I was on dead laptop. I was really going through. But you know, so I'm sure somebody on the internet can probably find a tweet where I was like, if somebody can bless me with a new phone, like you're going to change things for me, right? But that was coming from the place of like there was a use case for it. Like I didn't want the phone for my entertainment or to be able to say, oh, I'm using big phone or any of those things. Like I was, as far as normal use was concerned, I was pretty okay with the phones I had, right?
Okay.
But for that, you know, trying to like make money and like be a freelance content creator on your own, right? I needed that. So I could have, I probably put out those tweets then. So to this lady's point, right? If there's a use case like that, it's like someone going to school, right? It's like someone asking for $10,000, right? Being like, oh, please, I need $10,000 to go to school. Versus, oh, please, I need $10,000 to, you know, travel around Africa and catch flights. You get like the use cases are different, right? A lot of the reason why I feel like me and you have ish with those birthday lists is because it's not like they are putting this iPhone 4, iPhone 12 and you know Born Straight Week and all these fantastic things in their birthday lists because of any. It's just make I get them or like, do you get? So if there's something that you know is going to improve someone's life, if somebody's asking for something that you know is going to improve their life or their business or their hustle or their grind or their knowledge base, it's like somebody asking for. Have you not seen tweets of people asking for unpaid internships? Right? That's you're crowdfunding for job opportunities, right? It's the same thing. It's just the medium of exchange is different. As opposed to money is this thing. Do you get? So if the use cases make sense, right? Because according to the girl's story, she said something along the lines of her previous phone was stolen, and so like that's why she wants to get the new phone.
No,
right?
not just that. I think she mentioned that she also wanted to. It's gonna help her with work.
Yeah. Like that's like it was like her previous phone. They use and do whatever work which she used and do before, and then they can't farm, and then so she needs a new one. Do you get? So from that standpoint, I get it. Would I do that? Maybe not, right? But I get it. So anybody that you know they so desire, you know, of course,
they can help.
If she comes here and says she needs a new phone, right? Let's say her previous phone was an iPhone 6S, right? And then she comes now and she says, I'm not sure the particulars of this particular babe, but then she comes now and she says she wants an iPhone 12 Pro Max. It may have any problem because now you're just being entitled. Do you get? You're feeling that like because people are going to empathize with your situation, right? You feel that because of that you deserve this
Something
something that even those people, even people that have the money, that have the disposable income to help you, they might not even be thinking about that. Like they are cutting their own coat
according to their
side. But you want to go. Do you get? But if she comes and says she wants like an iPhone 11 or an iPhone 10R, do you get? Like something that is not super expensive, that it will be even. That will even tell you like how she herself is thinking, whether you should even give her your money. Because if she's asking for something that is like 540, 600k, that will be harder to achieve than something that is 350, 400k that will do a similar job, right? So if she's coming to angle for that super expensive, then you know that even won't go serious. You get? So those are, I mean, obviously, like, is when you see these tweets on social media, like you're not going to start thinking, hey, this person serious, this person not serious, is this, is that, is that. But like off the bat, if the excuse, if the reason why they need help is going to benefit their lives or improve their hustle or help their community or something like that, I think generally, because at the end of the day, you don't even do charity because like you're supposed to do it just for the sake of doing it. It does not matter. There's always this argument of if you see a beggar on the road, they go use and smoke it. You go use the money where you give them smoky bone. But okay, fine. Maybe they go smoky bone, but like whatever karma is going to come to you from that is going to, like, you can't. I feel like what happens afterwards is not really your concern.
True.
Right? Admittedly, like also you don't want to be giving your money to like the wrong. You don't want to be doing charity in the wrong places, but at the end of the day, there's not really nothing you can do, but you just have to accept it that, like, you know, it's what it is. If you gauge the situation as you see yourself, if you feel say it makes sense, you know, the reason, you know, why not do your own part? If they use it and do better thing, all good for them. If they don't use it and do better thing, you've done your own. You get? The universe and Baba God will know that you did your own part to help better this person's life. Whether than 5k, 500, you give them 1k, 5k, you shall do your own part, and every bit matters. Now, whether then they can't carry them, they use them better than safe.
That's for them to.
As in the great words of Yadari, I'm Ojo.
Oh my God. This is so funny because you're talking about birthday wish list. I remember seeing one where, you know, there were a bunch of things in the list, and get this person is an entrepreneur. She has a business, right? And on that birthday list, maybe patronize my business was like number 8. Like, I'm seeing,
I mean, that shows your priorities right there.
like, I'm seeing hair, I'm seeing phone, I'm seeing this, I'm seeing that, and I'm seeing your account number, and the next thing, please patronize my business. And I'm thinking, isn't that what is supposed to be top of your list? If you are really serious, that's why, like, you know,
because when your business improves, then you're able to afford those things.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's why I even like that one is like outright begging. Like, just why are you doing that? It just like felt really, really wrong. And then it takes me to that point where like, what, like, when do you know that you're overdoing it, or when should people, like, you know, we've talked about like how crowdfunding is not necessarily a bad thing in itself, depending on what you want to do with it and how you want to, you know, utilize it. But like, when are you doing too much?
I think in general, most kinds of begging in Nigeria, they are overdone.
I know, right? And like, sprinkled with a little bit of audacity. Entitlement. Exactly.
Yes. So like, people generally tend to, it's like, oh, all of us know say country hard though. Right? But as it hard for me, pass as it hard for you. You suppose make my own less hard. Do you get?
Yeah.
It's that kind of thing, that kind of thinking, that kind of mentality. So I think even people that beg on the road, right? Like, you're walking on the street and someone walks up to you and like they will follow you for like 10 minutes. Even after you're like, I can't
give you.
Like, I was at the supermarket yesterday and this guy just kept following me around inside the supermarket though, and I was like, bro, I don't have cash. Like, I don't have my card I carry, come buy everything I want buy. And the guy was just he kept following me around still. So Like, that is overdoing it. Like, now you have passed the point of empathy and just being rude.
You're just exactly you're harassing me.
You're harassing me, basically, you know. And then there are all those people online too, you know, that'll DM you and this and that. So I think
there's that you cannot shame the shameless, you know, rhetoric that is like, okay, close mouth don't get fed. You can't shame the shameless. Let me beg and beg with my chest.
I feel like it's a very interesting dichotomy, because I think the country is hard, right? This place is a very hard place to live. Let's not fuck ourselves around, all right? But that being said, like, there should be, I think it might also just be a Nigerian condition, just this reduced dignity, like that people just don't feel dignified in what they do. It might also just be a function of Nigerian society as well. But like, okay, you fry puff puff, or you know, you sell yogurt, or you sell gala, or you have a little shop, or like, people should feel dignified in whatever the fuck it is that they do. Like, have a desire for that, to do something that they feel dignified in. Because most times Nigerian culture in general is just get rich quick. And maybe it's because we always see it in like movies, and we see it in internet, and you know, the Nigerian historians will talk about the 80s and the 90s and the oil boom and whatnot, and how people became rich overnight and Biafra, all those things. But it's part of like our mentality. Like, we are just, if everybody won't blow tomorrow. You get, like, they don't care that, like, you know, you have to do this. Like, everybody wants to have the expensive phone, the big house, the car. Everybody wants to have everything tonight. You know, and life does not work that way. It's just a fantastical way of thinking. So
you gotta work for it.
When you get to the point where, like, okay, there are some things you can afford in life. Like, I feel like you should be content with the things you have. You don't have to be satisfied with it. You can always aim for more, try to get more, but be content with what you have. And if you know that you're not happy with what you have, then put in the work.
Do something about it.
You know, offer some value to society or something, or to somebody. like, don't just expect that people will help you just because you are driving a car.
And people
like,
would help.
Now. You don't know what is going on in my life. Just because I'm driving a car does not automatically mean that I can help you.
Exactly.
Do you get, like, so that is overdoing it. Like, this, Nigerians always know how to sprinkle that entitlement on top. Like,
they just put it in there.
They just sprinkle it in there. Like, you see people that come on social media and they're like, yeah, I don't like begging, no. But I don't that's also saying, please, anybody that doesn't want to help, please, you don't have to. You can mute the tweet, or you can follow me, or you can this.
And you are begging, no.
Bro,
make it make sense.
Like, no, you are the one that is in the disadvantaged position. You should not have this much pride. Do you get? Whatever pride you had, it ended at the point where you decided to post something on the internet for the whole world to see, right? And before we go on here, I just want to clarify that if you want to beg, please don't come and be like dropping comment and shit under this podcast or whatever. Like, everybody's allowed to do whatever the fuck they want to do. If you want to beg. If you need help, please ask for help.
Ask for help.
If you feel like the internet is the best way to go through it, hey, everybody do you, okay? We are just talking about our own experience and our own opinion and our own standpoints, where we come from, okay? Thanks and God bless. I was just waiting for you to say that, like.
Oh my God.
So yeah, man, like, in general, like, once you start to see that hint of entitlement and audacity, like,
you just know that you're overdoing it.
that person is most likely overdoing it, right? And if you see that it's something very superficial, like, I don't think people should beg for superficial things. Like, if it's not going to actively help your life, like, when I say beg now, of course you can beg your friend, to buy you that bag or that sneakers, or or you can beg your guy to buy that PS, if you guys got it like that. But at the end of the day, like, you should not be begging for things that are not going to, like, at least publicly, I don't think it's dignified to be begging for things that would not necessarily move the needle of your life, that will not help you grow or get better or make more money or whatever. If it does not improve something, that, because at the end of the day, you have to pay society back. Like, whether you like it or not, society, like, the world will take its own course. Do you
True.
get? So at the end of the day, you have to also offer some, because if you go online now and you tweet and you say, okay, I need money for this, and people contribute, right, and you get that thing, let's say it's for your business, right, you get the capital now, you start doing your business, you make some good money. That money now, maybe you're able to take care of your family better. Maybe your siblings is able to go to school, right? And then they can go on to become something, and then they have their own contribution to society, right? And the money that you're also spending in your day-to-day lives is also helping some other people keep their jobs. And do you get?
Yeah.
Everything is like a butterfly. Everything
It's
has.
just it creates a ripple
You get?
effect.
So
It's just-
it does not make sense for people to come online and be scamming people and all these things, because you are taking away the charity that, because it's finite. It's not
I think that
endless.
people always, like, these people that beg, or ask for help in a greedy way now, they understand that even though as Nigerians we don't have, if somebody should come and say they need something, there's, like, you will get it. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, they are preying on the, is it empathy now or sympathetic nature of Nigeria? Because these people that have been able to scam, they're able to scam because they played on the fact that, okay, this person is going to trust what I'm saying, right? So they're just like, timeline on Twitter, and you're seeing who's going to get me this, oh, somebody get me this. Like, it's even different when you're even asking for, like what you say, something that will add value to your life. But when you're coming to say, or maybe somebody posted something, and then at every point in time you're like, somebody get me this, who is getting me this, who is doing this for me, when are you going to do it for yourself?
To be honest, I'll actually take those birthday wish lists over the scams. Like, I rather people be greedy and entitled and whatever, and post those birthday lists with all these, messages and all these whatever things, than people running scams. Because the scam own is just, I don't know, it's so fucked up. Like,
And
because
it keeps happening.
And it's just, I think on some level, all of us in this country, we are kind of broken. Like, we are damaged in some irreparable way, because you cannot witness this much poverty and strife and uncertainty and everything, and you'll be normal through it. Like, you cannot experience this, even no matter how rich you are, right? You cannot escape begging unless you will not go outside again. Do you get?
You
You cannot escape begging in this country. Like, in some way, shape, or form, somewhere. It might be the person that is selling something to you at supermarkets, and they'll be like, how far now? Help. Do you get? So I feel like we cannot be witnessing and experiencing these things on a daily basis, and we are all just fine.
What would you have us do?
I don't know. I feel like it's one of the great illnesses or diseases of living in Nigeria. It's like, if you go outside Nigeria, right, and you are anywhere outside Nigeria for an extended period of time, and nobody, like, you don't experience like somebody like coming to like beg you,
Ask
or
you for
like
something.
need, or lording authority over you and things like that. Like, you start to feel a bit weird, like you're out of place. Do you get? Because it's so in your face,
It's
every
in your memory,
constant time, on a daily basis. Somebody needs something. They preach it in church, they tell you at the mosque, government, in school, everywhere.
Workplace,
Somebody
on the internet.
needs something. Your class teacher will beg your parents. It is that fucking crazy. And it's just because the country is just so terrible and just so bad. So, but the thing is that we break damage at the same time. It's the onus still on us
To have
to
sense.
fund our lokpolo.
Yeah.
If you know that you don't have money for 600,000 naira bone straight, my dear, option yakpa. Forget. If you know that you don't have money to buy MacBook Pro from a sharp designer, options day.
No, they have to go for that one now. Public
Options
perception.
day. And if you don't get too many options, look inside your cycle. Okay, defer that MacBook Pro for 6 months. Just go hustle for something. Just go say, okay, you want to do apprentice graphic design. just you want done for 6 months, they pay you.
It's not
50K.
easy though.
Nothing good is fucking easy.
I know. I'm just
Nothing good is easy. You think all these people that see as copy Davido, Abi? Maybe they get money. They were born into money, right? They had all the everything in life, right?
everything was complete.
Okay, but as Davido, if you don't have to hustle the money that I used to buy plane tickets to come back to Nigeria, the one that his father arrested him at the airport. Ask him. Okay, copy now. As our father has, everything, school, everything set up. Yeah, you're good, right? Ask him how many festivals she DJ for free for London. before somebody say DJ copy kiniko. She no go travel, go the show. She don't. You still work, man. You work. These people don't maintain these things by sitting in one place. Like, I'm following Zlatan
but they also have access to.
I'm following Zlatan on Snapchat.
Okay.
Bro, if I tell you that in the last 2 to 3 months, he has gone to maybe like 7 countries and like maybe 6 states.
Just
performing from wedding to birthday party to actual shows to all over. Like, it's fucking exhausting. Yesterday he posted something on Snapchat and he tagged somebody. He was like, "This sleep where you disturb no pure." Like, you could see the pain in the post. Like, it was like, this small sleep I just get. Do you get? The diamonds and the Gucci's and everything is nice. Like, all these things are great, right? But it does not come free. Easy. It does not come cheap.
But this country is fucked too, Shad. Because like there's no reason why anybody should come on the internet to start begging for a phone or beg for food
now
or for hair.
Those things should not, But at the same time, I think like on American Twitter, people also beg. But what I think the difference is with Nigeria is that it's so common. And it's so diverse. Like, there's hardly any day that I don't see at least 4 to 5 pieces of somebody needs something. Either somebody had an accident, whether it's health, somebody wants to go to school, somebody needs something for their business.
Either for genuine reasons or
like
useless
all
reasons.
Kinds of things. People are constantly in need. It is crazy. So, like I always say, as I've been saying since episode 1 of the Shrine Pod, if you can't leave this country, Jackpao, Magore,
get out.
Thanks and God bless. What do we have to promote?
This country is a real get out.
I swear. What do we have to do? Do we have anything to promote? Any recommendation for the people?
Nothing really. Recommendation.
You guys should go and watch Gemini Man.
Okay. What is
Will Smith's, I think 2019 movie was Gemini Man, I'll be Gemini, whatever. Gemini, Gemini. That's how they spell it.
Gemini.
That one, watch it. It's cool. The action is pretty. It's a little on the nose, but it's cool.
What he said.
Yeah. Also, listen to Peruz's album. Rum and Boogie is actually a decent project, and no, none of these people have paid for this. All right.
Free promo.
No, it's what we do now. You know what we do.
To say, talk about my song.
Don't do it long.
No,
I cannot fight.
Now. Anyways, thank you guys for listening to us today.
Thank you so much.
Like we always say, we're just speaking from our own experiences. Nothing is. We're not judging anybody. We are not judging this.
And if you're offended, send an email. The Shrine Podcast. Is it the Shrine Pod? The Shrine Podcast at gmail.com.
Oh my God.
Thank you guys for listening. Follow us on Twitter.
Yeah, follow us on Twitter.
On Instagram.
The Shrine Pod.
And on Clubhouse, even though we've not used that Clubhouse to do anything so these days. Watch out, follow, okay? Coming soon, all right?
We will.
And as always, the Shrine Podcast is a safe space where we talk about music, pop culture, technology, lifestyle from our lens as under 30 somethings and young Nigerians living in Lagos, Nigeria. As always, it's been a pleasure.
Yep.
Talk to you guys next time. Peace out.